If ever like yesterday, if there is any connection issue, network issue, if my voice is breaking or sometimes the screen is not visible, I would request admin Mataji to please ping me up, or maybe message me up so that I'm aware. Let me share the screen. Hare Krishna Mataji, is my screen visible?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is visible. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna. Sorry, I was a bit late reaching home. Today there was huge amount of traffic. You know, the
Yes,
traffic in Mumbai is not so easy, and if you travel, if you drive long, it takes time.
yes, Prabhuji. No problem, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes,
Om
yes.
Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimiradhasya Jnananjam Shalakya Chakshur Unnitamem Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. नमो ओम विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome to the day 2. Yesterday was the day 1 wherein we have seen that Arjun has problems. Arjun was in grief. He was actually lamenting. He was full of sorrow. So let's do a quick recap of the day 1. You can see Arjun has given 5 reasons why not to fight. 5 reasons. And if we listen sincerely to him, we feel that yes, Arjun is very much right. Fighting or war is not a solution to any of the problems. But why Krishna insists on having a war? Let's see. Today's chapter is really a very important chapter. Where I say very important because we will see that how. Now, when I say how means practical applications of Bhagavad Gita in our life. By today's chapter, we will come to know how we can have emotional stability. What is death? What is rebirth? How to take decisions in tough situations, decision making. We will learn. And the most important thing is that the anger. You know, the biggest enemy of ours is anger. If we don't control this anger, we cannot be happy in the entire life. We don't deserve to be happy in the entire life. So how in this current tough situations or in our lifetime, how to be happy, even though the situations are not favorable. This is what we are going to learn from today's chapter. Now you can relate all this with your day-to-day life because these are the problems which we face. So how to manage this, how to have emotional stability, decision making, everything we will discuss today. So if we have seen yesterday that these are the 5 reasons, and let's see how Krishna gives answers to all these 5 questions. You know, the quality of a guru. This is one of the best qualities of a guru. That unless and until you ask or you surrender, guru is not going to give answer to you. Just a second. Sorry, my son is sitting just next to me, and he is also listening to the class. And if he is having some problem, he's just coming and disturbing me. Okay. So Krishna or any guru will advise to the solution of the problem only when we surrender to them or when we ask to them. So since we've seen Arjun that Arjun has given 5 reasons, now Krishna is going to speak. That's the first Shlok of today's chapter. Sanjay Vachah Tam Tam Tatha Kripya Avishtam Ashrupun Akulam Ishunam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvach Madhusudana. I prefer to read the slok from my book. Instead of reading from the slides, I prefer to read from a book. That's why I always refer to the book. What Sanjay is saying, that seeing Arjun full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes is full of tears. Madhusudan. Madhusudan is the name of the Krishna. Now Krishna spoke the following words. So by seeing all the situation of Arjun, now Krishna is going to speak. Now if we see, there is a difference between the word compassion and mercy. Mercy is something when mercy is basically situational based. We feel merciful on some people sometime, but not every time or not other people. But someone who is compassionate, someone who is having compassionate feeling, he will be having compassion for everyone. So this is what Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra. He is giving a live commentary to Dhritarashtra. Now Krishna is taking the charge because now Arjuna is surrendering to him. Shri Bhagavanu Vachah. That means Krishna is saying, Kristva Kashmal Idanam Vishme Samupastitam Anare Justam Aswargam Akirti Karam Arjuna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjun, how have you these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of the life. They lead not to higher planets but to infamy. How you have become a weak? You are a Kshatriya. You are a fighter. Being a Kshatriya, you don't deserve this kind of qualities. You are trying to say that you want to go away from the war. You want to run away from the battlefield. These are not a good qualities. If you possess this quality, you will definitely not go to the higher planets. You will be, in fact, having a bad name, infamy. So Krishna said, how you are saying this? How dare you to say this? Krishna is saying to Arjuna. Now, this is a very important shloka. Very important shloka. What Arjuna is saying now. कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभाव पृष्यामि त्वाम धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता यत श्रेयस्यात् निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यते अहम साधि माम त्वाम प्रपन्नम. He is saying, Krishna, I am confused. I am lost. I am confused about my duty and I have lost all the composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. Now this is one of the good quality of Arjun, which we don't possess. When I say we, that means we all. Arjun being a Kshatriya, a top quality Kshatriya, he accepted that yes, I am weak. I am confused. I am lost. I don't know what to do. I am forgetting my duty. Since I am lost, please help me out. I am becoming your disciple. I am surrendering to you. Please take care of me. Please advise me what to do. Now, this is what we need to do. Let's relate this shloka with our real life problems. Like Arjun, we also have problems. Sometimes we don't know where to go, what to do, what not to do, what to do. We are not very clear. We are confused. We are lost like Arjun. But we have ego in our mind. We don't talk to anyone. How should I say to other people? Other people will laugh on me. They will make a joke of me. We think like this. And we just talk to ourselves. We don't talk to someone who is supreme to us, who is better than us, from whom we can do consulting. We don't surrender to someone. We don't have a guru like Arjun has Krishna. Until now, Krishna was not the guru of Arjun, he was a friend. But since he was in a problem, he offered his surrender to Krishna that yes, now you take care of me. So similarly, when we have problems in our life, it's always better to discuss with someone whom we can trust. When I say trust, he should not be taking advantage of our scenarios, our problems. We are already in a problem, he should not take advantage of that. So we should consult someone, we should discuss our problems with someone whom we can trust. If we have guru in our life, a spiritual master, nothing like it. But that spiritual master should come from the parampara, from the disciplic succession. So Arjun surrendered. We should also surrender. So when we talk to someone, then we will get solutions of the problem. Like you see, Arjun is surrendering to Krishna. Yesterday we have seen Arjun was full of tears, teary eyes. Now, see the situation has changed. Now he's surrendering to Krishna. He's asking for solutions. So same thing should be done by us also. We also have tough time. Then what we do? We should also consult someone like Arjuna. What did Arjun do? We should also do this thing. So this is one of the practical application of Bhagavad Gita in our life. We should keep our ego aside and we should discuss, because until unless you discuss your problem, solution is not going to come. If you keep talking to yourself, which we generally do, then solution will never come. Now let's discuss the three things: Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. For us, it may be a terminology which is used interchangeably. We can say Brahma is also the same, Paramatma is also the same, Bhagwan is also the same, but not. See, there are two terms, Nirakar and Sakar. When I say Nirakar, that means no shape. Sakar means there is a shape. So Brahm is a kind of Nirakar Paramatma. It's a Nirakar Paramatma, which we normally say in Hindi as Nirgun, Nirankari, or Nirvisheshwadi. So Brahm is someone just doesn't have any shape. Paramatma. Now let's talk of Paramatma. Paramatma has a shape. It's a Sakar, Sagunvad. It has a perfect figure, shape. But the difference between Paramatma and Bhagwan is there. Brahma, you know, we don't have, Brahma doesn't have any shape, Nirakar. Paramatma has shape, like your Mahavishnu, Shirodakshai Vishnu, Karnamdakshai Vishnu. We will discuss in details later on. But Paramatma doesn't do any kind of Leela. Paramatma doesn't have any kind of avatars. Whereas Bhagwan, when we say Bhagwan, that means Paramatma who does Leela, who take avatars, who comes on the earth to do certain things. So Bhagwan can example like Krishna, Ram, they are Bhagwans. That's the difference between Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagwan. We can say Bhagwan as Ishwar also, or Parmeshwar also. Like if you see, we know that sun rays are coming, but from the where the sun rays is coming? From the sun. And we know that the sun has a god, that means sun god. Similarly, Brahma, that means Nirakar, is coming from the Paramatma, who doesn't do Leela. But this Paramatma comes from Bhagwan, that he performs the Leela. He has his own residence. Bhagwan has residence like Vaikuntha Dham, Golok Dham. They have their residence. So the next question to you. Who is Krishna? If we want to answer this question from our mind, with our limited thinking, with limited knowledge, then it's difficult to answer, because whatever knowledge we possess, we feel that we are the best, we have the best IQ in the world, but not. We have a limited knowledge. Let's see how. Let's take an example. What we see here, a mountain full of cloud. From a distance, if you see, from a long distance, if you see, we will just see a mountain, cloudy mountain, full of clouds. But when we come closer, what we will see? Oh, this mountain is having a tree. So when we come closer to this tree, we will see that there is a parrot sitting, and parrot has something in his mouth. So that means our own eyesight is limited. We can't see everything. Earlier, what was that? It was just a pure mountain, and we can see cloud. But when we come close, we saw a tree, we saw a parrot, and when we further close, we saw that he is having something in his mouth. Similarly, we don't understand Krishna because we our eyesight is also weak, limited, and plus our mind, our knowledge is also limited. So let's know who is Krishna, or who is the Parameshwar, or who is the Ishwar. Anyone who displays the six quality, six opulences. When I say six opulences means vibhutis. What? Beauty. The first opulence, if you want, you can write it down. I have already requested you to have a notepad and a pen. Please make a note of it. Beauty. Another is knowledge. Third is the fame. Fourth is wealth. Fifth is strength. Sixth is renunciation. These are the six vibhutis or opulences of the Lord, whom we term as Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is Krishna. Others may have 1, 2, 3, 4, but all the six is only there with the God. We may feel that we are the beautiful. We are the beautiful, but we are just beautiful. But of everyone, of all, Krishna is the beautiful. No one is as beautiful as the Krishna. We may be proud of our knowledge. We may feel that we are really intellectuals, but our knowledge is negligible in front of the God. If we do something, if someone knows us, if we do some post, if we have certain social media presence, we feel that we are very famous. People know us. We are celebrities. We feel that, but we are not as famous as Krishna. We don't have any comparison. And suppose if we have some lakhs or crores or millions or billions in our account, we feel that we are the wealthiest person. Everyone else is poor, we are the wealthiest one. Right? But not. Krishna has the entire wealth of the universe. So if we feel that we are earning a six-figure salary, or our business turnover is in crores or millions, billions, nothing in front of Krishna. If you feel that we have good biceps, triceps, we have very good strength, we can do 100 push-ups at a time, we have strength, nothing in front of Krishna, because he has lifted his entire Govardhan on just a little finger for 7 days. Can we do it? Can we lift 10 kg of weight for an hour's time by a finger? We can't do it. Irrespective of how many biceps, triceps we have, maybe like this, we can't do anything. That strength is of no use. And the most important thing, most renunciation, tyag. We don't have the courage to do it. Krishna, although possessing all the qualities, all the opulences, he can easily leave anything. So anyone who says that I am God, okay, there are many godmen right now. They claim that they are God. They should have these six things. Krishna was never old. He was never old. He was as young as a son. If anyone says that they are God or godmen, their hair should not be white. They have to be always young. If they are getting old, that means they are not God. And by just checking all these six qualities, you can verify whether anyone who is claiming to a God is really a God or no. Because God is only one. God is only one. Another terminology which are going to using in this Bhagavad Gita is demigods, which we normally say as devtas. Devs. Demigods are not God. A level below. They are the one who are representatives of God. They are the one, like if you see, if I have to give a relation between God and demigods, it's like Modi is the prime minister of the country. He is the PM, but he has his own cabinet, right? So demigods are cabinet ministers. They hold portfolios. Like someone is holding the portfolio of defense minister, finance minister, IT minister, law minister. Similarly, there are portfolios managed by the demigods, like Indra, like Vayudev, like Brahma. They are all demigods, not the gods. So if you see, this is what Brahma Jyoti is. But when you come closer, you will see that this Brahma Jyoti is coming from whom? Krishna, the Murari, the Kanhaiya. So let's see. Now, Krishna is starting answering the question of Arjuna. What he is saying in the 11th sloka. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of the grief. You are mourning. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor the dead. He is saying, you're talking like a Pandit, you're talking like a Brahman, but you are not as wise as them. Your words are very smart. You have chosen very selected words. That's why you're speaking like a learned person. But you are in grief. You are mourning for what is not worthy. You are in grief because you see that people is dying. You are lamenting on that for living and non-living because you can't control this. Death is going to come. Someone who is born has to die. That's why we generally say, how old are you? That means we are getting old day by day, minute by minute, second by second, we are getting old. You're not becoming young. You can see a person who is dead and people are in grief, they are crying, they are weeping. But a learned person who knows he is just passing next to him and he doesn't bother because he knows that person who is born needs to be died. So you are behaving like a learned person, but you are not actually. So the important question is, you are not what you think you are. You are not what you think you are. That means you're thinking that I am something, but you are actually not that something. You are different. You are really different. Now, what you are different? Let's see. Who am I? Am I this body? We have hair, beautiful eyes, mouth, hand, knees, legs, stomach, ear, eyebrows. We are body, right? Who am I? We are body. Now, see, on the very first day, we were 265 people. Today, we are just 196 people. That means the graph of attendance is going down. Someone who is really blessed by Krishna will attend this course. And someone who is not blessed by Krishna will leave the course. Krishna is giving his blessing. That's why you have already attended the session on the very first day. So Krishna wishes that you attend the class, you understand what is Gita. But if you are giving priority to materialistic thing and we are not attending the session, we are missing it. We are getting other things on priority. That means we are going against the will, wish, and decision of Krishna, which is wrong. If you can't spend some hours of your life to know what is actual life, if you can't spend that, that means you don't want to come out of your own grief. You don't want solutions to your own problems. You want to be where you are there right now. You don't want to come out. If you really want to come out, Krishna is giving you the key to the lock. You don't want to open the lock, then Krishna also can't do anything. Sorry to say that, but this is the reality. Let me do a poll with you. Mhm. The poll I can do, but that's in a Hindi language that I have used in the previous class. I have not translated into English. So I don't know whether everyone understand Hindi or not. Shall I publish the poll or not? Let me publish the poll, since I said that I just jumped in. I came quite late. Even if you see, I have not changed the dress also. I directly came in. Just I couldn't translate the full question also. But then also purposely I'm publishing it, taking a leeway that you all are Indians. Most of you are Indians. You should know Hindi. If you know, well and good. If not, then also well and good. I'm publishing the poll. It's on your screen. The question is very simple. आप शरीर है या आत्मा? That means you are a body or a soul. You have to give the answer in yes or no. हाँ is yes, no is ना. तो आप शरीर है आत्मा, that means you are a body or a soul. That's the question. See, today is a very important topic. Maybe I will take 5-10 minutes extra, maybe. So please adjust with me. Please forgive me for additional time I'm taking, because it's a very important topic. I just don't want to jump the slides and cover everything. I'm closing the polls. It's good that maximum of the people know that you are a soul, not a body. 89% says you are a soul and 11% says they are body. So let's see. Our body, if you know, it's made up of Panch Mahabhut, the five elements. The five elements are fire, water, sky, air, and earth. Okay. Now, living and non-living things. You know, living things are like people, animals, and plants. Someone who is a living thing needs to die, whether it's an people or animal or plant. They have to also die. Non-living things are anything which is natural or man-made. Okay. Now, the first lesson of Bhagavad Gita is that we are not the body. We are a soul. Car and the driver. The concept is same. The car is your body. It's our body. And the driver is nothing but a soul. If the soul is removed from the body, we are dead. We are a dead body. We are a dead body. Just if I forget, you can ask me a question that what is the size of the soul? I will tell you later on. So where is the soul situated? The soul is situated in your heart. This is the place the soul is situated. Now, if you see this particular image, like a bird is in the cage, similarly we are also in a cage. That means we say the soul is already in the cage of a body. We are also in the cage of a body, right? So let's talk about the Jivatma, which is body and the soul. So Arjun was lamenting, Arjun was in grief that if he fights a war, then he will kill all his near dear ones, all relatives, all well-wishers, friends. And the entire family tradition will be broken, because the men will be dead and women will be out of controls and they will be having many issues. So let's discuss this. The shloka says, just a second, just a second, hold on. Sorry, important document came. That's why I need to sign it up. So let's start the class again. If you see, this sloka is Dehino Dehino Asmin Yatha Dehe Kumaram Yavanam Jara Tatha Dehanta Prapti Dhitrashta Na Muhati. As the embodied soul continually passes in the body from boyhood to the youth, to the old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at the death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. That means the soul, the soul changes the body. Soul is never dies. The body, the body, when we are born, we are like a small infant, we are a kid, and the life cycle is that from kid to the boyhood, boyhood to the youth to the old age. That means that's the life cycle is going on. So the soul never dies. The body dies. Soul goes when the body dies, soul gets into another body. So that's the life cycle we follow. How? Let's see. So when we are, if you see in our life cycle, when we are a kid, we got this bicycle, which is used for kids. Then when we become bit younger, maybe somewhere around 10, 15 years of age, then we get this bicycle. When we start working, we get some money. In our young age, we get a scooty and we earn some more, then we get a car. That means we are progressing. That's a life which is progressing. Similarly, if you see, this is our human life cycle. We are at the birth. We are like this, naked. Then we become a teenager. Then what we do? We get married. Then after married, we are more matured. And after that, we become old. And then finally, death. That is the human life cycle. Everyone has to pass through these steps. Now, 84 lakh species, that means 8.4 million species of life. We never know. Today we are human beings, right? But our previous birth, we were what? We don't know. Whether we were mosquitoes, whether we were whale, we were trees, we were tigers, we were monkeys. What we were, we don't know. But finally we are human being. So since we are human being, that means we have some senses, we have some mind, we have some knowledge. Are we making use of it? If not, then we are unlike others only. Am I right or wrong? Just think of it. The 20th sloka says, "Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nyaya bhutva bhavita vana bhuya ajo nityam shashvato ayam purano na hente hanyamane sharire." From the soul there is neither birth nor the death at any time. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing. That means whatever changes happens to the body. If you see, just study your own body. 10 years before, how you were looking like. Now what you're looking like. 10 years after, how would you look like? That means body is changing every day. Lakhs of cells are being produced and lakhs of cells are dead also. That means body is deforming. But soul, which is in our heart, never follows that cycle. Soul never has its birth or death at any time. Is unborn, eternal, ever existing, Shashwat, Satchit Anand. Okay, so that cycle doesn't apply to the soul. What does it says? Very important shloka, very, very important shloka. Vansasi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihati naro aprani tatha sharirani vihaya jirna anyani sanyati navani dehi. That means as a person put on new garments, giving up the old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. As we change our dress, what we have worn yesterday, we don't use today. We change it. Similarly, when the body is useless, when the dress gets dirty, we change it. Similarly, when the body has diseases, when the body has problems, when the body gets died, the soul goes to another body. That means it changes the garment. Like we change our dress, soul also changes the body. So there is nothing to be worried. If you are, Krishna is saying, if you are fighting and because of your fighting, if someone is dying, the body dies, not the soul. And you can't control that. Another sloka, very important sloka. Nayanam chindanti sastrani, nedam dahati pavaka, na chainam klidyanto apo, na shoshyati marutha. That means the soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by the water, nor withered by the wind. That means the soul, the eternal soul, is Shashwat, permanent. It's waterproof, it's fireproof, it's airproof, it's windproof, it's timeproof. So you cannot do anything. So get out of the grief. Get out of the grief. Fight for the war. What Krishna, that is Krishna is saying. Now, a small exercise for you all. Small exercise. You know, the body, the symptoms of the body or the significance how the body is resembled is tension, disappointment, depression, worry. This is what body has been known for. But what soul? What is the symptom? What is this symbol? What is the resemblance of soul? We don't know. So a small 5 seconds exercise for you. Just close your eyes. Think what you are saying. If you are saying Krishna, how the Krishna looks like to you. So just a 5 seconds exercise, close on it, and I will give an option of 1 2 people to explain their understanding of what they have seen. So the time starts now. Okay, done. So anyone who want to share the feelings what they have seen after closing their eyes? Anyone who wishes to share? Rajita, Kutta, I'm unmuting yourself. Please share.
I just say darkness, Prabhuji.
You see in darkness. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. Pratima Mataji, Hare Krishna. What did you see?
I saw a young boy, mischievous boy.
Hare Krishna. Tushar Devara Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, I was looking like the Krishna ji is walking into the forest and he's running like on the tree, branch of trees and all these things. This kind
Okay,
of
okay.
feeling was there.
Okay, okay. See, this
Yeah.
is what our feelings are when we close our eyes. See, these are the food of the body. The food for the body, or the sorry, food for the soul is Mahamantra, Krishna. So when you close your eyes and you think of Krishna, or then you will have certain images or certain feelings where you sometimes see Krishna, sometimes running Krishna, sometimes feeding Krishna, sometimes dancing with Krishna. You have feelings like that. Coming to the next one. One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after the death, one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of a duty, you should not lament. Krishna is saying someone who has born has to die. But when he knows that he has to die, that doesn't mean that you will not do your duty. You have to perform your duties. And you should not lament it. You should not have a grief of it. You should do your work. You should do your karma. What Krishna is saying. Coming to the 36th sloka. It says, your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What would be more painful to you? What would be more painful to you? If you run from the war, if you go out, what they will say? What they will say? They will say that, oh, Arjun actually doesn't had a compassion for us. Arjun actually run away from the battlefield because because he had seen Kaurav's army, and Kaurav army was so big, so better arranged that he frightened from it. He got sure of the life. That's why he ran away from the battlefield. They will question your ability. They will say that you have run away because you don't have the ability. And many unkind words will be said about you. Your ability will be scorned. So that will be the more painful. No one will think that Arjun has compassion. Arjun thought for the family. That's why he don't want to fight. They will never think of that. They will laugh on you. What they will do? Hato va prapyase swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmat utishta kaunteya yuddhaya kritanishchaya. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination, fight. Now, one of the question which Arjuna has raised, the first was compassion. So Krishna answered for the compassion that you are going to kill the body, not the soul. So that should not be compassion. No compassion. Another was, what is the benefit? There will be no benefit. So Krishna is saying, if you will be killed in the battlefield, you will attain the heavenly planets. You will get Swarga. And if you will win the war, you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. You will be the kingdom of the entire earth. So therefore, get up with determination and fight with determination. You have to be very clear. You have to be determined. So you are going to get benefit. So Krishna answered the second question also. In the 40th shloka, what it says? Neha vikram nasto asti pratyato na vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Krishna is saying, in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. A little small advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. If you do small progress on this, then also it will be very much huge progress. Now, there are two examples been cited here. If you see, this is Vibhishan, which is coming with his team of members. And here is Ram and Lakshman with Sugriv, Hanuman, everyone, and his team. Ram and Lakshman were brothers. They were doing good deeds. They were fighting against the demons. So one brother is supporting another brother, right? Lakshman is supporting Ram. Whereas Vibhishan left his brother. One brother is supporting another, Ram and Lakshman. See this example. Another example is Vibhishan left Ravan. Both were brothers. But Vibhishan left his brother. Why? Because he was doing wrong deeds. He was doing wrong deeds. So if anyone is doing wrong deeds also, and you leave your brother, it's right. So even a small endeavor towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead is huge endeavor. And if you see another image, Hanuman burned the entire Lanka. So when he burned the entire Lanka, many people would have died. Many demons would have died. Many family members of their demons would have died. He burned the entire city of Lanka. That means it's a sin, right? Leaving a brother is a sin. Burning the entire city by Hanuman is also a sin. But here, what Krishna is saying, if someone is doing good for me, if someone is doing any karma for me, there is no sin. There is no sin. So if you're fighting this war and you're killing the people who are onto the wrong side, there is no sin. So forget about the sin. If you are having fear of the sin, feel free. You are not doing any sin. So Krishna answered the third question also. The fourth question of family tradition. He said that if the man will be died, then who will carry the family tradition? Krishna said, you are not the only torch bearers. Family tradition would continue as it was continued. So don't think about that. There is nothing on your shoulder. I have plans for it. So forget about the family tradition. This was the fourth answer. Now fifth, Arjun was indecisive, right? He was not knowing what to decide, what to do. The 41st shloka is very important. What it says, Vyavsaya Atmika Buddhi Eka Buddhi Reke Kurunandana Bahushakha. See, it's saying Bahushakha, that means many branches. He Ananta Cha Buddhaya Avyasayi Nam. That means those who are on the path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. They have to be determined, they have to be firm. O beloved child of Kuru, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branch. That means someone who is very firm knows what to do. They are resolute. They are resolute. They know what to do. Firm. Like there is an image, if you see, Guru Dronachar is teaching the skills of archery to Arjuna, and Arjuna was very firm. He has given option. He was checking the skills of Duryodhan, Bhishma, so Duryodhan, Bhim, Yudhishthir, everyone, and there was an actual bird kept on a branch, and he asked, "Are you seeing the eyes? If you are seeing the eyes, hit with the arrow." Everyone was saying they are seeing the branch, they are seeing the tree, they are seeing the sky, everyone. But except Arjun. Arjun said, I am only seeing the eye of the bird. And he hit with the arrow, with the right aim. So Krishna is saying, you have to be resolute, you have to be firm. Now, this we can relate with our daily life. When we do something, when we start our business, or when we do something, we have many plans in the mind. Ye bhi karenge, wo bhi karenge, we will do this, we will do that. Before starting of the business, we want to become a millionaire. We are not resolute. We are multi-branched. Bahushakha. We are thinking X, Y, Z, everything we are thinking. We are thinking too much and executing very little. That's why we are not getting success with the business. Or the right amount of profitability doesn't come. Because we are not firmly determined. When we do the business, we don't have proper planning. The planning itself is weak. Planning has to be very strong. It has to be firm. It has to be determined. It has to be backed by risk management. Everything has to be calculated in advance. If you just go by the gut feeling, then definitely we are going to fall. That's why we have problems. The Vedas deal mainly with the subject of the three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from all the dualities, from all the anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. That means lift above the three modes. We will discuss this three mode in the chapter number 14, 15, 16 onwards. These three modes are mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamogun. We will talk in details about this. Krishna is saying, go above it. Do your duty. And this is a very important shloka, very important shloka. I will be taking 5-10 minutes extra today because this chapter is one of the big chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and as you know, it says summary of the Gita. So please bear with me for 5-10 minutes extra. Instead of 10 o'clock, I may exceed to 10:05 or 10:10. I'm asking you for your permission. Very important shloka, very important shloka. And this is why we are in grief, why we are in trouble, why we are always in problem. This is because of this. Krishna is telling us, कर्मण्ये वाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतु भूर्मा ते Sangha astu akarmani. This is the solution to our problem. What it says, you have a right to perform your prescribed duty. You are not entitled to the fruits of the action. Never consider yourself the cause of the result of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. That means you have the right to do the duty, but don't think about the fruits of the action. That means आप कर्म करने के अधिकारी हैं, कर्म फल के अधिकारी नहीं हैं. This is where the actual problem is. If we are a student, we start studying and we always think that we will at least achieve 95%. That means we are doing our work of studying, but before studying, we think of the results 95%. Krishna is saying you have the rights to do the duty only. The results of the duty, result of your action is designed by me. I govern that. You can't decide it. Even though you think, you cannot do anything. I am the one who is going to give the fruits of your actions. So better do your work. Don't think of the actions. And here is the problem. If we start up a business, if you do have a startup, we think that today is the startup. In 3 years, we will be doing 10 crores of business, 5 years, 50 crores. In 10 years, we will be 1,000 crore of the business. We will have multi branches in the country. We will have overseas offices. We think of too much. That means we are not doing the work only. We are just thinking of the benefits. ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. And when we have expectations and when the expectations never meet, then we are in losses. We are in trouble. We are in grief. We are in problems because of our own expectations. Krishna very clearly says, karmana vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma hetu bhurma na sangu sat sang astu akarmani. That means you have the right to do the work. You don't have the right to think about the benefit of the work. Like, shall I give you an example? You have a son. Okay. You have a son. I also have a son. So what we do, we take care of the son. We send him to a good school, good college. We spend money on him. All the benefits which we can give to him, thinking that when we will get old, he will take care of us. We will do everything for our son, keeping in mind that when we will get old, he will take care of us. So what we are doing our work. We are doing our karma. But we are thinking about the karma fall also, action of our work, that when we will get old, he will take care of us. What if when you are old, he doesn't take care of you? What if when you are old, he is not in the city, he is working somewhere else because of the job requirement, he is in another part of the world and it doesn't take care of you? Then that's why we have pain, we have problems. We are the one. This is what Krishna says. I know it's practically difficult to understand. Practically difficult. Theoretically, it's okay to listen. Practically difficult, but this is the actual problems, root cause of the problems. We should not keep expectations of the results. We should do our duty and leave the results to the Krishna. Krishna will decide the best for us. We should have that faith with Krishna. The 48th sloka says, perform your duty equipoised. O Arjuna, abandoning all the attachment to success or failure, just such equanimity is called yoga. That means do your duty without having attachment of success or failure. Don't be frightened for failure and don't be overexcited for the success. Such equanimity is called yoga. That means you shouldn't have any kind of attachment. 55th sloka says, Parth is the name of Arjun. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Parth, when a man gives all the varieties of desires for sense gratifications, which arise from mental concoctions, and when his mind thus purified finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be pure transcendental consciousness. That means we have 5 senses which governs us. If we can't control our senses, then we will be in big trouble. We will discuss these senses in another chapter, not today. When we will control these senses, that means we will be above sense gratifications. We will manage the sense gratifications. Then our mind will be pure. We will be satisfied in self alone. And this is what transcendental consciousness is. We have to be firm into this. Like example is cited as, you can see Prahlad. His father, Hiranyakashipu, was a demon, doesn't allow him to worship Vishnu. But in spite of all the problems, he was so firm, so determined that he continuously chanted for Vishnu, Vishnu, and Vishnu came to support him. Okay, so we have to be firm like this. Like you see, a boon was given by Brahma to Holika, but then also God protected him. If you see, Prabhupada, at the age of 70, he traveled to US without having any support. But he was so firm, so determined that he did what is difficult to be believed. We can't think of also that thing. And Prabhupada did that. So if we want to be success in life, we have to be firm in our thinking. We have to firm in our planning. We have to be firm. Now, two important slokas. Very important. We are actually coming towards the close of the session, but these are the important slokas which needs to be understood. Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book. It's a life manual. But it says, Dhyayato Vishyana Punsaha Teshu Upjayate Sanghata Sanjayate Kama Kamata Krodha Vijayate. That means while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them. And from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. That means when do you actually contemplate for an object, you have an attachment towards that object. We will see an example. We will see the workflow to understand this particular sloka. Let's see another sloka, and then we will talk about this example. But it says, Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhrama, smriti bhranshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of the memory. From memory, when memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down into the material pool. So let's try to understand. You can see an image towards the right side of this slide. A man is thinking about a woman. He's just trying to see the woman, and he is developing a lust for that woman. He's, first of all, when he is seeing a woman, he's developing an attachment. When an attachment is there, a lust will be there. He wants to get that particular woman. He wants to enjoy that woman. And suppose if he doesn't get that particular woman, he will be anger. He will be in angry. When he will be in angry, his memory will be lost. His intelligence will be lost. He will do something wrong for which he will have to pay the entire life. Let's try to understand another thing. Okay, let's take an example of a mobile. Mobile is an object, right? We are very much attached to our mobile. If sometimes, suppose a particular day you forget your mobile, you will be uneasy for the entire day, right? So what we are doing, we are having an attachment to our mobile. I'm saying that maybe we are using mobile for good use or maybe some for bad use. It depends. It's an advantage, disadvantage, both are there. But what we are doing, we are developing an attachment for an object. We have taken mobile as an example. And suppose when we develop an attachment, lust automatically comes to it. Lust is that, oh, I want an iPhone X, iPhone 12, iPhone 13. Keeping up with the pace of the time, you have to always advance with the iPhones. That's an attachment and lust. You want to show to the entire world that, yes, how trendy I am. I have all the latest iPhones with me. And suppose On a particular day, you lose your mobile or you forgot to bring your mobile, you will be in anger. And because of anger, you will be in delusion and your memory will not work. And when memory will not work, your loss of intelligence will happen. And finally, you will be lost. You will fail. I just took a very simple materialistic example of mobile. You can relate this with anything. Anything. I am leaving this to you to decide because we are running out of time. The same thing in a very different way. I will send this PDF to you. You can read it. Cause and after effect of anger. If you are in anger, what are the cause and effect? You can read this. Objects, one develops attachment, which leads to lust, and satisfied lust will results into an anger, and then delusion, then bewilderment, then loss of intelligence, and fall down into gross material existence. Okay. So what is the life lesson? We discussed this chapter, right? What do we learn? Life lesson for this chapter is change the way you think. Having positive thoughts help us to achieve a balanced perspective. If we have positive thoughts, we are positive, or else we will be thinking negative, negative, negative. If we are positive, we will be strong, we will be encouraged, we will be happy, we will be motivated. We are enterprising, we will continue to innovate many new things. Optimistic, imaginative, determined, we can do wonders if we are positive. And if we try to see negative, 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 then even a positive will become a negative. We will just grip on all the problems. If we have positive attitude, we will solve the problems, or else we will just create a problem for ourselves and for others. This is the life lesson from Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2. So what's the takeaway message from this chapter? The takeaway message is simple. I am not a body, but has soul. I am a soul that has visible part called body. So you have to take care of the body, because in the body, the soul resides. Okay. And so with this, all the 5 problems of Arjuna was resolved. For the compassion, Krishna answered in the 11th to 30th shloka that we are not the body. No enjoyment, Krishna said, if you die, you will go to heaven. If you win, you will get the kingdom. Fear of sinful activities, Krishna said, devotional activity has no sins done for the Krishna. Destruction of family tradition, Krishna said, be a role model to prevent Varna Shankara. Indecisions, serve the Lord with firm determination. So with this, we come to the end of the chapter. Now, my 2 words to you all regarding this chapter. See, we are also Arjun in our life. Like Arjun, we are also confused. Like Arjun, we don't know what to do. But we don't have Krishna with us. We don't have a guru like Krishna. We don't have a friend like Krishna. Arjun has the benefit of friendship of Krishna, right? We don't have that benefit. But we have this with us. This Bhagavad Gita is Krishna only. His teachings is there in Bhagavad Gita. If we apply this Bhagavad Gita in our life, we will solve the problems. So emotional stability we talked about, right? We talked about emotional stability, right? Yes, if we know that we are a soul, not a body, we will be emotionally stable. And what I said, if you are in anger, I already told you in the start that if you are in anger, you cannot be a happy person entire life, because the anger takes away your thinking capability. Anger takes away your mental capability. You cannot think. You will destroy your own knowledge. So suppress, I would say, suppress your anger. Slowly try to control your anger and try to be a positive person. I'm not saying something very difficult. It can be done, but it has to be practice. If we have lose someone during the COVID period, I know it was a tough time. Not there was any family wherein COVID has not attacked or created problems. We have lost many near dear ones that has left a void in our life. But we should understand that they have gone for an spiritual journey. They have transformed into another body. They have taken a body. Someone who has died, the body has died, but the soul is still there because soul is shashwat, eternal. So soul doesn't die. So let's not be in grief. Let's put our own life in this spiritual practice so that we also do the same thing. We get Krishna. We get Krishna devotions. Okay. Opening the questions and answers. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Shall I unmute devotees, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Trupti Mataji, please unmute and ask your question.
Okay, sir, you asked us to remind us about the size of the soul.
Yeah. Good. Thank you for reminding it. See, you know our hair tip. Okay, this is the hair tip. The tip of the hair, the width of the tip of the hair divide by 10,000. 1 by 10,000 of the width of the hair. That is the size of the soul. We can pick up a hair, see the tip of it, divide the width by 10,000. That means so insignificant, so small that it is negligible. You can't see also. That is the size of the soul. With such a small, insignificant size, it controls the entire body. If that insignificant size, 1 by 10,000 of the hair tip width is gone from our body, we are dead. We can't do anything. We can't lift this mobile also. 100 grams mobile, we can't lift it. Our body becomes useless. And then 4 persons needs to carry us. Think of it. Hare Krishna.
Usha Mataji, please unmute.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Again,
Hare
a
Krishna.
wonderful session today. Definitely would love to hear more. Only one clarity I wanted. Krishna gives answers to all the 5 delusions of Arjuna. That fourth one, that family delusion. Can you just elaborate a little bit more? There was a little bit hurry, like how he justified that he cannot be delusioned about the family decision.
See, Arjuna has given the reason that if he kills, if he fights, he will kill, and when men will be died, then family traditions will be lost. Woman will be out of control. They will be in fear. Woman will be controlled by someone else. Because of them, they will have unwanted progeny, unwanted child, and the entire family tradition will be gone. Krishna says, don't think of that. I am the one who is the planner. I am the best planner. Even Microsoft project plan also can't help me that. I plan much better than anyone. I have kept everything in plan. So you do your duty. Family tradition is not your responsibility. It's my responsibility. If you are not there, family tradition was taken care by others. If you are there, it will be taken care by someone else. If you don't exist also, then also the family tradition will continue. So forget about that. I have an answer to this question. I will take care of that. You just do your duty of fighting the war. Krishna said.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Megha Mataji, please unmute.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mataji, there is a noise disturbance at your end. I am not able to hear you properly.
You said that the soul lies in the heart.
Yeah, Mataji.
So I just wanted to know, it's just a common man question, that when the heart surgeries are being carried out, are the doctors able to see the soul?
Mataji, the size of the soul is so small now. Even your electron microscope also can't able to see. With such naked eyes, how doctor can see, Mataji? If the person is died during the heart surgery, that means the soul has left the body. He can't even see that. The size is so small that no one can see. No one can see, Mataji.
And secondly, Guruji, Prabhuji, when you said that you have to be determined like Arjuna, he could see only the eye of the bird when he was larger, when he wanted to be larger, when Dronacharya asked him. for us to be the best, why should we, shoot the arrow at the eye of the bird? Isn't that a sin on his part, on Arjun's part? He wanted to be an archer, but then he was doing something which was very wrong.
You mean to say killing of that bird?
Yeah.
Mataji, that was a wooden bird.
He was constantly saying that he could only see the eye of the bird.
Yeah, it was a wooden bird which was kept on the branch of the tree.
That was not
It was just for the training purpose. Mataji, it was a wooden bird.
I mean, all this time I've been hearing, I was thinking that it was a real bird.
No, Mataji. If a real bird would be there, then it will fly, Mataji. Or it would be there then.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Deepak Prabhuji, please unmute.
Hello, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
My question is there any difference between soul, spirit, or energy? And if yes, is it same in every person, or in some person it is more, in some person it is less?
Prabhuji, spirit, when we say spirit, soul, energy, Prabhuji, it is all the one. See, when we talk about energy levels, see, every person has different energy levels. But that energy level doesn't have to do with anything soul. You can't measure the energy level of the decibels like you measure of the sound. You can't measure the energy level of the soul. It is so insignificant that you can't know. Many person doesn't know that there is soul inside their body. So when we talk about the spirit soul, that means a kind of soul which is very dear, very good, close to the God. But all souls, whether it is spirit soul or also it's part of the super soul only, Paramatma only. So there is
Okay.
no significant difference.
Okay, there is no difference. Okay. And one more thing I want to know. I'm an engineer. In engineering, I have learned a law of
Prabhuji, let me correct. I said no significant difference. There is difference, but not so significant.
Okay.
Yeah, Prabhu, you are an engineer. You are saying something.
Yes, yes. I have learned. We had a law of conservation of energy in that, which states energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another, and the total amount of energy in the universe remains constant, same. So in one of your slides, there were some, I don't remember exactly the wording, but looking at the slide, it reminded me about law of conservation of energy. So is it the same?
Prabhuji, law of conservation of energy, you have studied in engineering, Prabhuji, we have studied in 9th or 10th class only.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it says that you can convert energy from one form to the another form. Energy is neither created, neither destroyed. Okay. Prabhuji, the energy is there in the universe. Energy is there in the universe. If you burn, heat energy will be produced, right?
Yes.
If air flows, wind energy will be produced. So it's there into the universe only. It's there.
Okay.
And this all kind of laws which today scientist has proven or written down, or maybe we are aware of it. It's already done thousand lakhs of years before by our rishis, but there is not so strong documentation been kept. That's why it's been lost.
Okay.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Saheli Mataji, please unmute.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि एक स्लाइड में आप you said that the slide was about focus, okay, where Arjuna was focusing on the bird's eye. And so there we knew that okay, we need to focus on the path we are taking, right? I have my business, so I focus on my business, and you gave a very good example on that. We say we do this and do that, zillions of things. So that is my case. And then in the next slide, we talked about just doing the karma and not looking at the result. Result will be given by Krishna. But if I follow that, then how can I keep my focus? Because in business, we have to focus on what is the end result, right?
Mataji, see, by focusing on the end result, are you getting this end result, Mataji? Do you get that
No.
end result? So what is the use of focusing, Mataji, first of all? If you see organizations, see, I work in a corporate. I am a director in the corporate organization, the software multinational. I know we create visions, missions, objectives, we create all these things. Okay. But having a vision, that doesn't guarantee that we will achieve the vision, first of all.
Right.
So, similarly, what I'm saying, if you're just focusing on the end results, which you know that you can't quantify, you can't achieve, you're just working towards that, right? You are just working to achieve that end results. But instead of focusing or diverting your energy levels towards that end results, better you plan such a way that your plan is so foolproof that the kind of achievements which you're thinking, you do much better than that. And when you 100% do that with firm determination, with better planning, then maybe the momentum of growth will be much better, because Krishna will give the results. And if you think that, okay, I have 12 months, I will generate this X amount of revenue, I will employ this much of the people, I will penetrate this market, I will do such of business, I will have this much of contract signing. Mataji, it doesn't work. And when it doesn't work, it creates a problem for us. We think that we are not doing the right thing. Maybe we have to switch on the business. Maybe we have to change the business. We have failed here. We are not meant for this business. Then we go into a negative mode of thinking. So instead of doing that, first of all, we should see what is our strength point, what is our weakness, and if our strength point, do the best what you can. And first of all, redefine your best every day. Redefine your best. Your best can be best today, but it can be better tomorrow. So I say good, better, best. So change on, and the results which you focus will be multifold. So what we are focusing is not right, Mataji. That's why Krishna says, Karmane Mahadhikarasya Mahaphalesya Kadachana. That means you have the right to do the work. आप कर्म कर सकते हैं, कर्म फल के बारे में विचार कितना भी करो, कितना भी सोचते रहो, कर्म फल आपके हिसाब से होगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि कृष्ण देने वाले हैं. एंड कृष्णा गिव्स व्हाट इज राइट फॉर अस. कृष्णा डजंट गिव व्हाट वी वांट. What we want, only parents gives to us. Parents, they are parents, they will give to us. But Krishna will give what is right for us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I just wanted to add an observation here. This question is very well answered. Thank you so much. In a slide, you talked about the 8.4 million yonis, right? From where a soul goes. So now the scientists have found 8.7 million species. Okay. The count will not tally, I understand, but I'm just saying that it is very, it is very interesting that at that time also the count almost matches. So just wanted to share that.
Would you share that with Mataji? Scientists say what they see, they believe. What they say, they believe. Whether they have seen that 8.7 million species, how they have counted it, Mataji? Which species? That's a questionable thing, Mataji. So let's not go into that. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you.
Tulasi Mataji, please unmute. Tulasi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I have two doubts.
I would request Mataji, if it is
Yes.
really important, then only ask 2 doubts, because I see a long list of hands.
Only one question, please, Prabhuji, please.
Okay, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, this birth and death is mandatory. First thing. So after
You don't have
death,
a choice, Mataji. You don't have a choice.
so can we?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, tell Mataji.
So, Prabhuji, doubt है कि whether we will generally what we are thinking at the end of our life, that same creature will get, or else whatever we are doing according to that karma or kriya. So and based on that we will get it. Or else, if it is
Mataji, normally I answered this question after many chapters, but since I think you are a really advancing devotee, you are asking the second day only.
no,
Yeah. See, normally you get the birth, what you think towards the end of the life, during the actual end, and at the same time, what karma you have done in your life. That both things is important. So what you think towards the end of the life is not in your control, first of all, because at the time of the death, there is so much of immense pain.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, so
Yes.
much of immense pain. Your cough will be choked up with cough.
Yes,
You can't
Prabhuji.
think of anything. It will be in
Yes.
pain. A scorpion bites, so much of pain is there. Thousands of scorpion bites, pain will be there. So that's why we say normally to chant Hare Krishna,
Yes,
practice for the
Prabhuji.
entire life, so that at the end you think of Krishna only.
And Prabhuji. So both will be included here.
Yeah, yeah, Mataji, yes.
And one more, please, Prabhuji.
Okay, okay.
So, if we are born, whether we will born in that generally in some traditional in parents and their grandparents, they used to say ki they will born in their own families or else they will come to their this one. So, is it true? It is.
Mataji, the purpose of this Bhagavad Gita class is to get rid of this Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Why we are thinking of getting a rebirth? We are just the focus of our class. If you see towards the end of 18, is that get liberated from this birth, death cycle. Go towards the Krishna, wherein you will serve Krishna and you don't have to be getting any rebirth. Because when you are coming for rebirth, you will have to experience the same pain, same problems, and you never know that in your previous life you have done some good deeds, but in your current life, the new birth, whether you will do the good deeds or some bad deeds, or you have to repay it. So better to get rid from that, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri
Hare,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I just wanted to know these feelings and whatever pains and all we feel, is it part of body or soul? That is one
Mataji,
thing. And
Mataji,
yeah,
the if you have seen, the shloka very clearly says to you that nayanam chidanti sastrani naidam dahati
yeah.
pavaka na chainam kledyanta puna
Okay,
shoshati
yes.
marute. That means when you can't cut or burn
Mhm.
the soul, then how the soul will experience the pain, Mataji? The pain is of the
Okay.
body, not the soul.
So if supposing we harm somebody, so the soul remains unaffected. Even birth after birth, also soul remains the same.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is
yeah.
no change in
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you murder someone and say in the court, I have not murdered the soul. The body is murdered and the soul is shashwat, eternal. You can't say that because
Yeah,
we are not Krishna, neither we are Arjun. We don't have that
that
right
is
to do. We
that is
don't
the
have
law
that
of the
right.
land.
Yeah, yeah, Mataji.
In this birth. Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Purnima Mataji, please unmute.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I just wanted to know, it is like when body dies, the soul leaves and goes into the other body. So now if you go to see, the population is increased. So that means even more and more souls are generated
Yeah, Mataji. Yeah.
compared to earlier. So new souls also come into life.
Mataji, see, there are spiritual world and material world. Spiritual world is much, much, much bigger than the material world, Mataji. And Krishna is there to take care of the population. Krishna has control of everything. So we need not to be worried about that, Mataji.
Okay.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Mataji, there are certain more questions. Let's take that questions and then we will wind up. I will take the questions till 10:45. After that,
Okay.
if ever there are questions pending, I will request them to send me on WhatsApp. Reason behind is that I have just come from the office, directly jumped to the session. Plus, I have to take level 2 class in the morning, 6 o'clock also.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So shall I read from the chat box?
Mataji, let's take the question from the hand raise only.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Sanchita Mataji, please unmute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have a question that how many kinds of souls are there? Are all souls are good or some souls are bad also?
Mataji, sometimes the souls also, when living into the body, get associated with the body. So some good deeds by the body are done. So we say good souls or bad souls are also sometimes, not every time, sometimes. That's why we say na duratma. We say duratma. That means some
Yes. My question was related to that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes, we get to know that pretatma. Why we are saying?
But that
so
is
that
very rare, Mataji. Not too much.
rare.
Yeah.
Okay, but still it is exist.
It exists, Mataji. It exists.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Atish Prabhuji, please unmute. Atish Prabhuji. Pritam Prabhuji, please unmute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have three peculiar type of questions. But
three questions,
yes.
Yeah.
The first question is Yudhishthira followed Krishna's advice, and he said Ashwathama Hataitu Gacha. And while saying this thing, he kept the later portion very silent, and for this reason he had to saw the hell. Then if doing for Krishna is not considered as a sin, then why did he why had he visited the hell?
Prabhuji, I will answer your question definitely, but I would request that let's focus on Bhagavad Gita instead of going into Mahabharata. If you focus on Bhagavad Gita, it would be really good. See, if you do anything for Krishna, the sins will be not there. But yet, whatever the karma you have done it, you have to repent for it. You have to repay for the karma. But when you do the work for the Krishna, the karma for the Krishna, you get so much of courage, and your sins, the karma sins, is reduced so insignificant that you don't feel that okay, I have been paid for that, or I have been trialed for that sin. Okay, that's what.
Okay.
Even if you kill a mosquito, na Prabhuji, and that is also a sin.
Okay. So it will be still considered as sin, but the intensity will be reduced.
Yes. The consciousness of a human being and consciousness of a mosquito is different. So as the consciousness reduces, the sin will be there, but the impact will be quite less.
And probably my next question is, what will happen with the soul if the heart is successfully transplanted with someone's heart? Will it take the new heart? I know it's a silly question, but still.
Prabhuji, the residential place of the soul is the heart only. So if the heart has been transplanted from one body to the another body, that means heart has gone to a new body, and that heart is pumping, heart is live. That means the soul has also gone into that. The earlier soul, so the earlier body is dead, right? Earlier body is dead, discarded. That's why you have removed the heart. You're planting into another body. The soul will also be go with that. And soul itself, we saw in today's chapter only, the soul transform from one body to another body.
Okay. And the third, the most serious question. Actually, I learned that the dimension of soul is 1/10,000 part of a tip of the hair, and I literally took the value, and that value came as 17 into 10 to the power minus 10 micrometer, and this value is larger than atom. So can I take the literal sense? Can I take the value in literal sense?
Prabhuji, 1/10,000, right? You have done 1/10,000. Right? You have done 1/10,000, right?
So 1/10,000 of the tip of the hair.
Yeah. Prabhuji, what's your question is, Prabhuji?
And the value came as 17 into 10 to the power minus 10 micrometer. And this value is larger than the atom, like the diameter of the atom. So now, so that means the diameter of the soul is larger than the atom? Or
Prabhuji, I have not calculated the size of the atom, but the size of the Atma has been mentioned as this. So whether it is big or small, I can't comment. Something which I don't know, I can't comment, Prabhuji. But it's
Okay.
so insignificant that it's difficult to
It's very
see.
minute. Yeah.
Yes, not minute, very difficult to see, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Very difficult.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Dr. Sarad Shri, please unmute.
Hare Krishna, I would request to please take only one question.
Okay, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
And
Mataji,
Hare Krishna to all the participants who are attending this session. Prabhuji, I have a question that do all souls take a rebirth, or are there souls that merge with the Supreme Soul or the Universal Soul and do not take a rebirth? Meaning that some souls merge with the Paramatma and are not reborn.
Mataji, if you've seen in today's chapter only, soul, see, whenever there is a birth, there is a death also, right? So soul never takes birth, never takes death. Soul just transfer from one body to another body. And when you talk about merging into the super soul, Mataji, see, it's a concept. Normally, the Brahma Jyoti concept is that they feel, the Nirupanvadis, that the ultimate aim of the soul is to merge into the Brahma Jyoti. Okay,
Yes,
that's a different kind of concept. That is not wrong. It's partially correct. It's not completely incorrect also. It's not wrong also. Yes, some of the yogi who do very high practice, practice like Ashtanga yogi, their aim is to merge into the super soul, and they do it. But it's a very tough job, very tough, very tough. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Chubaito. NH Prabhuji, please unmute. NH Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Guruji, I wanted to ask one thing, that when my father and my grandparents expired, I could not cry for them. I had read Bhagavad Gita quite a few times, and I felt that the soul is going and I don't want it to feel sad because they also loved me equally. So I was not able to cry, but I'm not understanding if that is a normal scene or something abnormal. And will they also feel bad that I didn't cry when they were leaving? Because it was my love for them. I didn't want them to be hurt or feeling sad, They might be taking a good, better birth in future. That was my intention.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, we will take the last 3 questions only, and after that we will close it. Mataji, the question which you have asked is purely normal, Mataji. When anyone dies, and if we are crying, we are worrying for them, it's wrong, Mataji. If you have read Bhagavad Gita, that means you have really understood Bhagavad Gita. The body has died, not the soul. Soul has gone for another journey. So it's perfectly okay. In this materialistic world, one may think that, oh, why she's not crying? Why she's not weeping? Why she's not in grief? Because someone very close to her has gone. It's a materialistic world, Mataji. People can think of anything, and you can't have a control on that. But in actuals, you have done the right thing, Mataji.
So will the soul, they say, is there for 13 days? But since I was not crying, will the soul feel that, she's not really feeling sad, or they'll understand the feeling?
No, Mataji. They will understand the feeling. Plus, they are more concerned about their journey ahead. They will not think what we are thinking, whether we are crying or not, whether we have done the right thing or not. They are not concerned about that. They are thinking about their activities which they have done in their life. Because normally, when during the end of the life, a kind of movie goes in front of our eyes, that what we have done in our entire life, the reel goes off, and they are just engrossed in their own life, Mataji. Okay. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much for the reply. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, last 3 questions and then we close it up.
Yes, Prabhuji. Priyanka Mataji, please unmute.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा माता जी। हरे कृष्णा
प्रभु जी, गीता हमें सिखाती है कि आत्मा जो है वो अजर है, उसे कोई डिस्ट्रॉय या हार्म नहीं कर सकता है। लेकिन अगर आप गरुड़ पुराण सुने तो बोलते हैं जब आपका डेथ होता है तो जो सोल को बहुत सारे अलग अलग जगहों से अलग अलग पनिशमेंट या फिर पेन बेयर करना पड़ता है।
अच्छा ही
तो वो कैसे होता है प्रभु जी, अगर सोल को कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता है तो हु बेयर्स दैट पेन?
माता जी, when the body dies and because of the karma they have to be penalized or punished, उसके लिए एक यातना शरीर दी जाती है। वो यातना शरीर को कष्ट दिया जाता है। यातना शरीर इज टॉप ऑफ दैट सूक्ष्म शरीर। सूक्ष्म शरीर जो आपके बॉडी से निकलती है, जो मन अहंकार से बनता है आपका, उस पे सूक्ष्म शरीर के ऊपर यातना शरीर को यातना दी जाती है। इसको इतनी यातना दी जाती है, इतनी यातना दी जाती है कि उसको आप काटो, मारो, जलाओ, कुछ भी करो, मरने वाला नहीं है। असहनीय पीड़ा होगी, भयंकर पीड़ा में रहेगा, वो बहुत तकलीफ में रहेगा, लेकिन उसे कष्ट सहना है अपने कर्मों की वजह से। यातना शरीर होती है माता जी, आत्मा नहीं होती, यातना शरीर। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। हरे कृष्ण। Someone who have already asked the question would request not to ask again. Hare Krishna, Sandeep Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have this question. You told to be liberated. Does any other creature apart from human being gets liberated, or we are at the last stage of getting liberated?
Prabhuji, human beings basically have intelligence, and we should work towards celebration. But if Krishna decides to give his blessing on any of the creatures, then it can be liberated. Like if you see a squirrel has helped Rama during when he was building bridge going towards Lanka. That squirrel has also helped. So that help which squirrel has done to Ram, definitely he would have been liberated, right? So someone who gets the blessing of the Lord, he will be liberated, or else no liberations.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Wrinkle Mataji, please unmute. Wrinkle Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hello.
Yes, Mataji. You can
Yes.
speak.
Actually, my question is
Hare
not
Krishna,
related
Hare
to
Krishna.
today's session. I was not able to attempt the quiz because I have tried so many times. It is not accepting my username. So I just want to know how can I do that? Like,
Mataji would help you in this. If there is a problem, please send the screenshot to Mataji. Mataji will look into it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Mataji.
Mataji, you please message me personally.
okay, fine.
I will
Because
help
I thought I do
you out.
that, but then I have read the message that don't ask like personal.
Admins, yeah.
So then I thought,
No,
I'll
it's
ask
okay,
today's
Mataji.
session only. So no worries. Today,
Mhm.
today or tomorrow, I'll send the screenshot. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. I will help you out. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Roli Mataji, please unmute. Roli Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Guruji. My question is that when a soul gets to the another body, what all
Mataji,
impressions
last
does
question and then we close it.
carry with it?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Did you get my question? Was it audible?
Please ask again, Mataji.
Hello.
Mataji, Mataji, ask your question again.
Okay, so Guruji, my question is that
Mataji,
when a soul,
I think Prabhuji has lost
Hare
connection.
Krishna, can you please repeat the question, Mataji?
yes, Guruji, my question is that when a soul gets transferred to another body, what all impressions get along with the soul, like what all karma a person is doing in one birth, so the result of all that, the memories, what all a soul carries with itself into the other body.
Mataji, why we are so concerned that what is going to happen after the death? we should be actually concerning that what, how should we live the life, so that during the end of our tenure in this earth or in this planet, when we go towards the new planet would be the Krishna lok, Golok. Why we are so concerned that what kind of impressions the uh, soul is going to take after that? Definitely, whatever the deeds which has been done by the particular individual, that deeds is going to be with him. And if good or bad deeds, whatever, if bad deeds are there, then yes, it has to be done.
Can't hear, Prabhuji.
I think Mataji, I answered the question, and to Mataji, shall we close the session?
Yes, Prabhuji.
वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णव नमो नमः. Tomorrow chapter is also equally very important. Every chapter in Bhagavad Gita is important. So let's be tomorrow, and we will see something on the Karma Kanda. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
Till
much.
then, yeah, till then, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for your time. We are already delayed. I know it's late for you also, Mataji.
Yes,
Sorry for
right,
that.
Prabhuji. No, no, sir. No, no, Prabhuji.